Ever pondered about the blood-curdling screams of gladiators that once echoed within the mighty walls of the Colosseum? Let's transport ourselves back nearly 2,000 years to the heart of ancient Rome. Here stood the Grand Colosseum, a majestic amphitheater where history was etched into its very stones. It was a symbol of power, grandeur, and cultural significance, a testament to the engineering prowess of the Roman Empire. With a capacity to hold an astonishing 65,000 spectators, the Colosseum was, and still is, the largest amphitheater in the world. Imagine the deafening roar of the crowd, the palpable excitement, and the anticipation of the spectacle to come. This was not just an arena for gladiatorial combat, but a stage where societal norms were both challenged and reinforced. A place of blood and honor, of life and death. The Colosseum, a symbol of power where gladiators met their fate. Imagine a colossal showdown of armored gladiators, willing to risk it all. This was the spectacle that awaited spectators at the Colosseum, where men from diverse backgrounds and cultures came together in a brutal clash of strength and skill. The gladiators were not just warriors, they were performers, each with their own unique fighting style. Some, like the retiarius, were lightly armored and relied on agility and speed. Armed with a trident and net, they would dance around their opponents looking for the perfect moment to strike. On the other end of the spectrum, the heavily armored murmillo, with their large shields and straight swords, would patiently withstand the onslaught of their adversaries, waiting for a chance to deliver a decisive blow. The Thracians, armed with their signature curved swords, were known for their ferocity and quick strikes. But among these warriors, one name stands out: Spartacus. A gladiator turned rebel, Spartacus's story is one of courage and defiance. He was more than a gladiator. He was a beacon of hope for those enslaved, a symbol of resistance against the oppressive Roman Republic. His rebellion, while ultimately unsuccessful, went down in history as a testament to the indomitable spirit of man. The gladiators came from all walks of life. Some were slaves, others were prisoners of war, and a few were free men seeking fame and fortune. Regardless of their origins, once they stepped into the arena, they were all gladiators, each fighting not just for survival, but for honor, glory, and the chance at freedom. Their battles were not mindless violence. They were a delicate dance of life and death, each move calculated, each strike deliberate. The cheers of the crowd were their music, the clash of their weapons, the rhythm to which they moved. Gladiators, the embodiment of courage, resilience, and the will to survive. They were the heart of the Colosseum, the blood that pulsed through its veins, and their legacy lives on. A reminder of a time when men fought not just to live, but to die a glorious death. Behind the spectacle of gladiatorial combat, there's a deeper story of honor and sacrifice. The Colosseum, in its full glory, was a sight to behold. The arena buzzed with the anticipation of the crowd, the air thick with the promise of exhilarating duels and audacious displays of courage. The spectacle of combat was about to begin. Imagine the thrill as the gates were drawn open and the gladiators emerged, their armor glinting in the sun. Each entrance was more extravagant than the last, a grand display designed to elicit cheers from the spectators before a single blow had been struck. From chariots drawn by 4 horses to gladiators adorned in gold and silver, the spectacle was as much about the showmanship as it was about the combat. But the spectacle did not stop at the entrances. The gladiators, each representing a specific class and style of fighting, wore costumes that reflected their identities. Helmets adorned with feathers, shields emblazoned with symbols, and armor inlaid with intricate designs. These were all part of the spectacle that kept the audience on the edge of their seats. And then there were the chariot races. The thundering hooves, the whirling dust, and the heart-stopping moments when chariots nearly toppled over in their pursuit of victory added fuel to the already burning excitement. It was a spectacle of speed, skill, and daring that left the crowd breathless. But beneath the spectacle, beneath the armor, and the grand entrances, were men who had much more at stake. They were not just entertainers, they were warriors fighting for their honor, their freedom, and in many cases, their lives. Each gladiator had a story, a journey that led them to the sands of the Colosseum. And each fight was a chapter in that story, a testament to their courage and resilience. So as we delve deeper into the spectacle of the Colosseum, let's not forget the men behind the armor. In the midst of the spectacle, gladiators fought for their freedom and honor. They were the heart of the Colosseum, the pulse that kept the spectacle alive. As we continue our journey through the annals of the Colosseum, we pay tribute to these warriors who, through blood, sweat, and tears, became the legends of the ancient world. Beyond the brawls lay a world of rigorous training and discipline. The life of a gladiator was by no means an easy one. From the moment they were chosen or sold into the gladiatorial schools, these men, and even some women, embarked on a journey that would test their mettle to the core. The gladiators were trained to perfection, their bodies honed into lethal weapons. They learned to wield a variety of weapons, from the short, stabbing sword known as the gladius, to the trident and net of the retiarius. The training was brutal and relentless, designed to prepare them for the life-and-death struggles they would face in the Colosseum's sandy arena. But it wasn't just about physical strength. Gladiators were also taught tactics and strategies, learning to read their opponents for any sign of weakness. They were trained to put on a show, to make their fights entertaining for the crowds who thirsted for blood and drama. It was a world where a gladiator's survival depended not only on his skill and strength, but also on his ability to win the crowd's favor. Within this harsh environment, a sense of camaraderie often developed among the gladiators. They were, after all in the same boat, facing the same fate. And it was this camaraderie that, in the year 73 before the Common Era, led to one of the most famous uprisings in history, the rebellion of Spartacus. Spartacus, a gladiator himself, led a revolt against the oppressive Roman system. He and his fellow gladiators broke out of their training school and took to the hills, where they were joined by other slaves. For 2 years, they defied the might of Rome, shaking the very foundations of the Roman Republic. The gladiators, despite facing death, were a symbol of strength and resilience. They were fighters, not just in the arena, but also in life. They were men and women who, in the face of adversity, stood tall and fought for their freedom. They were gladiators, the true heroes of the Colosseum. The Colosseum's gladiatorial era may have ended, but its legacy continues to inspire millions. Even after all these years, the echoes of clashing swords and the roars of the crowd still resonate within its ancient walls. The Colosseum serves as a timeless symbol of Rome's grandeur and the indomitable spirit of the gladiators who fought within its arena. Gladiatorial combat, though brutal and often fatal, holds an undeniable place in the foundation of modern sports and entertainment. It was in the Colosseum where the concept of spectacle took center stage, where audiences gathered to witness feats of strength, skill, and courage. The world of sports today, from boxing to mixed martial arts, owes much to these ancient warriors. Their fights were not just about survival, but also about performance, a dance of death and glory that held spectators in thrall. But the legacy of the Colosseum extends beyond sports. It permeates our culture, our movies, our literature. The tale of Spartacus, the gladiator who led a rebellion against Roman oppression, has been told and retold in countless forms. His story, like those of his fellow gladiators, serves as a testament to the human spirit's resilience and the fight for freedom. Today, the Colosseum stands as a major tourist attraction, a must-see monument for anyone visiting Rome. It draws millions of visitors every year, each one eager to walk in the footsteps of the gladiators to feel the weight of history in the air. As they explore the amphitheater, they are transported back to a time when the cheers of the crowd and the clash of weapons were the soundtrack of the day. The Colosseum, a testament to the bravery of gladiators and their lasting impact on our world. These ancient warriors, with their courage and determination, continue to inspire us today. Their legacy, etched into the stones of the Colosseum, reminds us of our own potential for greatness, of the extraordinary feats we are capable of when we dare to fight for what we believe in. The Colosseum's history captivates us, reminding us of the eternal fascination with courage and the human spirit. This awe-inspiring amphitheater was once the epicenter of gladiatorial combat, a spectacle of ancient entertainment that held the attention of up to 65,000 spectators. From the mighty Spartacus to the various types of combatants, the Colosseum was a stage for these warriors to display their skill, resilience, and pursuit of freedom. Behind the dazzling armor and chariot races, we find a deeper narrative of honor, sacrifice, and emancipation from the chains of slavery. Today, these stories continue to echo within the Colosseum's ruins, as millions of visitors are drawn to its grandeur each year. Its legacy persists, a testament to the indomitable spirit of these brave gladiators who risked it all. So, join me in exploring the grandeur of the Colosseum, a place where legends were born and immortalized.